Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya, Sidegigcrafts. You guys, today I'm going to be using something a little different. We're going to be trying this Folk Art Velvet Crush. This is flocking. I got this from Michael's the other day, and I want to give it a try. I've never used flocking before, so this is going to be different for sure. And I just thought I'd get on here and play with it with you coming along if you want to. And it's got the flocking in the bottle here, and then it's got some adhesive here, and it's tinted adhesive. I'm thinking it's just colored glue because this one is red, and it says to do it once and then do it and let it dry and then do it again. And while it's wet, then you use the flocking. So I'm thinking it's probably just glue with some color in it, so which is fine. I don't really need the color in the glue, but that's okay. That's what they had, and I've never played with this stuff before, so thought let's give it a shot. Let's play with it and see if flocking is something that I want to add to my craft supply collection. I was thinking that would poke out because it should be sealed, right? But it didn't come off. So yeah, they don't have the product without the adhesive right now through Christmas. So, well, he said that they'd be getting some later. They don't have it currently. So I took a bunch of time the other day and made a bunch of Santas with my scraps. Are these adorable or what? I love the pink. So I wanted to play with those, and I did some with patterned red. It looks like stitching, and then I did some in just a traditional red. I'm going to use one of these traditional red. Actually, not on foam. Do I have one on paper? Just on paper. Okay. Because I thought I did some of them on foam because I thought they'd be fun to pop up a little bit. We're going to use one on paper because I can replace that pretty easily if I mess it up or if I need another one. I wouldn't be wasting one of the ones that's a little different. Now, I'm not going to wait in between the adhesive and the powder, just enough to brush it on because I don't need it to be colored. So what I was thinking is I would just use this. Now I could probably use a different adhesive if I wanted to, you know, and that's what I was thinking too. And I asked him about it. I said, hey, do you guys have any without the adhesive? Because I'd probably pay less for just the powder. And they didn't have it currently. So this is what we got. But oh my gosh, it dries quickly. Maybe I have to go thicker. But I thought let's give it a shot and see how it works out. And maybe we'll just do this, but man, it does dry quickly. Okay. Now I need to do this over something because it's probably going to be kind of like glitter and messy. Is it still sticky? Hopefully. Gosh, I've never used this stuff, you guys. Let's see how it turns out. Well, that kind of sucked because it was already dry. That's quicker than heck. Well, it works, but here, let's see if I can get this a little thicker. I might try my own adhesive because if this isn't going to work, if it dries up that quickly, I'm never going to get anything to stick. Right? Okay, let's actually open this and see if I can pour it faster. Anything to save time on that. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so if you get lumps in it, it will show lumps. This is why we're playing with it. So let's see if we can tap that down a little bit with my thumb. It looks like we can. Let's try to sprinkle some more on there. That helped a little, but it's not perfect. Again, that's why we're playing with it, right? So let's try this. So there cannot be streaks or lumps. See, and that's the other thing with the color in the glue. If you miss and get it on the other paper, it's going to show. So I'm thinking I might just have to switch for my own adhesive. My own glue. So I'm not super impressed so far. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry for sure before I touch it, but let's see. I'm really not pleased that it dries that quickly. I mean, in some ways, I guess that's a good thing, but if you can't get the stuff on there with plenty, and I'm just getting it everywhere, so that's my painting skills. That's not the product skills. But that, if I used a clear adhesive, that would be a good reason so it wouldn't build up or wouldn't show on the other paper. But that's about my skills and my patience. I'm not worrying now. I'm just kind of brushing it on there to see. Why would you have to leave it for an hour to dry? It dries so quickly. I'm just dumping it on here now. But now it's just turned into a total test, okay? See, it didn't even get right here because it was already dry. That's crazy. Crazy fast. You know what I'm thinking for this adhesive, though, would be good for, I mean, you could use it for other crafts. It doesn't have to go to waste. See, I want something that's going to be thicker like that. But that's the part that shakes off. So what I'm thinking, anybody have any hints? I'm going to try some different glue. It's not the fuzzy part that I'm unhappy with, although this is, I did this one first. That feels really cool. I just, I do wish the fibers were thicker too. It's going to be hard to tell that they're fuzzy, but it doesn't seem to come off once it's glued on there. Let's try something different. Let me get out another one of those little crappy brushes. I bought these brushes on Amazon or something. They were super cheap, and they're just, I mean, I bought them to use for whatever. I'm wondering how Mod Podge would work. And the reason why, it's going to dry clear, right? Or even, heaven forbid, what if, see, here's a thought. What if I use my Barely Arts? Oh, falling off my chair. Falling off my chair. I wonder if I use my Barely Arts now. Because I don't see my Mod Podge. Oh, I see my Mod Podge. Let's try this. Now, this dries pretty quickly too, but not like that. And if I miss, it's going to be, oh, there's that lump that's probably been getting in the way for the last 3 months. It won't show if I get it like I just did on the black. Am I in screen? You guys, I'm not even in screen. How come you don't tell me? You gotta tell me these things. Okay, let's try this and see how that works. Let's see if I can get that off right there. Oh, I forgot to put the paper underneath. See, that worked a lot better. I just have to make sure I don't get the fuzz on the outside. That worked actually a whole lot better, and it's smoother. So we will be using different adhesive. Let's try one of these. Okay, let's try it. I'm excited now. So the adhesive in this packet is sucky. Now, I'm okay that I spent the money on the packet with the adhesive in it because I had coupons. No, I didn't. It was on sale. It was 40% off. So it only came out to like $5 and some change. And the bottle probably would have cost, well, I found, shoot. I probably shouldn't even put that back in there because I've got other stuff on there. Okay. What did I get there? I already got something on it. What the heck, man? Oh, I had paint on my hands. Huh, okay. Well, let's try this. But I was thinking it would be really fun to have these with some texture on them. And you can get all different kinds of colors on Amazon. The thing is, you get I think it's an ounce of it for like $9. This, for instance, is only 0.39 ounces. So you get, you know, a whole lot more than that. But I didn't know if I wanted to buy that much if I didn't like it. So I thought I'd play with this a little bit and see how it goes. And then decide if I wanted to get into different colors for different things, because I thought it would be a lot of fun. This is the powder. This is crushed velvet powder. Messy like glitter. I do like that. I do like that a lot. It's probably kind of hard to see, but can you see the little fibers? Let me get closer. Can you see the little fibers on there? That's working really nice, and it's really smooth from the glue. Let's try it again. You'd probably put that in a little tub, would be really easy to use. Okay, and let's do this hand. Now, if you're doing like strips of it, you can use, I'll show you guys that in a bit. Let's finish this card up real quick. But you could get black for the belt, would be super cute. I didn't want to get all the colors the other day because, like I said, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel playing with it. And thought I'd at least get the two. These were the two I really wanted, for sure, for sure. And so, yeah, black would be fun too. And I think we can go back after the fact, because I'm seeing the fibers are sticking to the paper. I think after it's dry, I'll go back and brush it lightly with a paintbrush in the spots where it's not supposed to be. And those should come right off because they're not glued at all. But I really like that. Now let's see how I can do the beard without getting it everywhere. Ooh, that's the, oh shoot, I just stuck that in the velvet. Didn't mean to do that because I don't want that getting into my glue and stopping it up. I don't need any help with that. Thank you very much. I'm pretty good at it myself. All right. And this glue is staying dry or staying wet long enough to work with. So I'd say if you're interested in doing this, skip the adhesive. You don't, or the kit with the adhesive in it, unless you want to use that adhesive for something else, because I mean, we can probably still use it for anything we need glue that won't show because it's going to have color in it, like paint in it. So you want to be sure that it's not going to show, but it dries pretty darn quickly. Too quick to work with. I think they must want you to do that so that your colors match from the adhesive, the paper below it, and the actual powder, because that way it'll look fuller. That's my guess. Oh, I just got it on his eyeball. Darn it. Let's see if I can get some of the globs up. You can also use some adhesive, like some tape, like double-sided sticky tape, and stick it to your, or put it on your die cuts before you cut them out, and you'll be able to stick this stuff directly to the tape. I've seen people doing that, and that was a pretty cool trick. Because this will stick down really nicely to tape, which we will do in just a moment. All right, so we can pack it if we need to. Pack it down, tap it off. Super cute. All right, set that aside a minute and let it dry. Let's get out a piece of adhesive and see if we can, I guess I don't need to close that yet. Like a single, let's see right here. If we wanted to, we could get out some tape, and do I have a card base I could use? I don't want to waste it, so just thinking. I'll just put a stripe on here. Actually, here, let's leave a little edge on it. I was thinking I could use this as a card base. Would be kind of cute. Tear that one up in just a minute. We'll use the red on this one. That would be very pretty. Just different ways to play with it. Oops, I gotta push that all the way down so that it stays on there. And then this one, all right, and then let's lift up these tapes. Ooh, my trash can is empty. I've got some work to do. That either means I haven't been crafting enough, or I took the trash out and I need to work some more. Okay, let's close up this one and get out the red one, because I would use a red on this one. I think that would be very pretty. I don't think I need the instructions anymore. I think I get it. All right, so that red, or that tape is already taped down, so let's just pour this over that tape. Ooh, that's pretty color. Pretty, pretty color. That's probably way more than I need, but we know it's covered, don't we? Wow, that's gorgeous. We'll just shake that off. So that does not work very well for me. Didn't stick very well, did it? Nope, it sure didn't. Maybe that's why they want you to paint it first. But that's supposed to work, and I've seen other people do it, and it works really good. I wonder if it's the velvet that I'm using. So I'm gonna have to try some different ones. I mean, it worked. It's still got a red line around it, but is it what I want? Not really. It's a little disappointing. I thought it was going to be thicker than that. A little disappointed in that. Okay, so, but let's see if we did it on. Now, mind you, that's on, and it's not sticky at all. I mean, that stuff all stuck down like it's supposed to. So it did what it's supposed to do, I suppose. And being that it's on vellum, maybe I'm not giving enough credit because that is thick enough. It's just on vellum. So maybe that's all right. Let me see this one though. I want to get, I need a brush, a different kind of brush. I know what kind of brush. I know what brush I need. I need this little tiny brush thing that I have in here. That of course, oh, there it is. This one. This little tiny brush I've never used. And I think it would be perfect for this project because it's so soft that it wouldn't rub off powder that was stuck, but it might rub powder that isn't supposed to be where it's at. So, does that make sense? I don't know. You guys, this is perfect. I can feel it. It's textured. Now I will go in and get, like in here, I got a little on the eye that I didn't want there. And I think I can I probably should have gone back in when it was still a little bit wet to get that out. I think that would have worked a little better, but I think I can work with it because they are fibers. I should be able to clean that up. And then right here too, I got a little bit zealous there with the brush. Anywhere else? That's the foam, so it's already got a little texture to that. Yeah, I like that a lot. So now here's something I'm thinking of. This little white right here, what am I going to do with that? Because I got some paint on it. The other day I did this with a marker and fixed a little red spot that came up on one of my cards. I think I'm just going to do the same thing here. It got up on the white. Oops. I may not use this one since I'm playing with it, but well, I probably won't because I just messed it up. And I don't know if I'm going to like that. But I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. And I think I got some right here that I missed. I missed a spot here too. So what I'm learning is that you just got to make sure that you get all those spots. Now, can we do inking on this? We can. So we can grunge this up too and make it look a little older and not perfectly white. Make it look a little vintage maybe. I'm using a darker color than I normally would. I probably would just go with vintage photo for this because you don't want it to look dirty. You just want it to look aged. But since we're just playing, that actually works really well. The red over the paint did not. There's one other technique I want to try on here since this one's going to be a wasted one anyway. This one is too. This is the first one with that other adhesive. That's horrible. Horrible. And it was really tough to keep that paint in there. So, no on that adhesive. That adhesive, honestly, to tell you the truth, that adhesive for me, it's going in the trash, guys. I'm not even going to play with it. I don't need it. I didn't want that. I don't need that adhesive, but I do want the powder, and that's still worth what I paid for it. So I'm okay with that. Now, I do want to try some gold leaf on here. Wouldn't that be cute on his belt? Have you guys used gold leaf? Here, let me clean this mess up really quick. Let me clean this up. My vacuum cleaner is going to love me. Let's just scooch all this mess. And I'm just going to play with these two pieces that I've already ruined, because I've already ruined them. So if I ruin them again some more, no big deal. All right, and so let's get that brush. Which one was the one for the glue? I don't know. That's the paint, so let's get that one out of here. Let's throw that away. This one's the glue. Now, mind you, I don't think that he looks good right now because of the, I don't know, just choices and things that I didn't do right. But I'm practicing my technique on this one now because he's not perfect. I'm not going to use him for anything else. I did use a foam one, and that's a little disappointing, but that's okay. I can remake these if I need some more. And I made so many, I probably won't need any more, but it's fine. The foam was in my my scrap box, and I thought, you know what, just pop them up. Why not? All right, so we've got that. And then what I'll do is make one for you guys that I do care about. We'll just get some of this gold leaf and stick it on here. Stuff is kind of difficult to work with sometimes. It kind of has a mind of its own. But if you find a big enough piece, you can just kind of put it out there. That'll work. That'll work. Just playing with our supplies. I also have silver. I think I have silver gold leaf. Why is it called gold leaf if it's silver? What? It's probably not called gold leaf if it's silver. It's probably called something else. Gilding leaf. I don't know. What's it called? Silver. It's called silver leaf. All right, then we will take a rougher brush because we need something that's going to be a little rougher. Now I want to let that dry before I go crazy. I don't think that's the brush I want. Let's see. Not that one either. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. It shouldn't be. I ate well today. I shouldn't even be worried about eating the rest of the day, honestly. Let me get one more of those brushes out if I can. And then we should be able to just kind of, I'll have to fix that corner. Come on. It's not like I've never used you before. I've used this stuff before. Why is it giving me a hard time? Probably because I'm in a hurry and, you know, not being patient and stuff. But we can go back and fix those little spots. No problem at all. Huh. Why doesn't that want to tear there? I probably got some glue right there and didn't realize it. All right, so we'll go back in here and try this again. You see the couple white spots on there? We'll brush those again with glue. They probably dried too quick. Not sure, but they didn't pick up the gold. So we will just touch them up again. It doesn't take much. It just takes a little enough to stick. And that stuff is so so fragile. It really doesn't take much at all. So we'll just kind of grab another piece, stick it on there, let it dry. Don't be in a rush like me. You guys see what I'm doing, hopefully. cover up those pieces that, here, let's just slap that on there and it'll stick down wherever it needs to, right? And you can take a soft brush and you can rub that off too. Let's try that brush, other brush. When it's time, we'll give it a minute. Let this stuff stick. Otherwise it never will. If you don't give it time to stick, it won't stick. Let's see if this works better. Not really. Not really. I think I need the stronger brush. Was it this one? I think so. This stuff is kind of fun to play with it too, the gold. You can do lots with it. Except me, I can't do lots with it because apparently it doesn't want to work for me today. Let's see, I still missed a spot. And I got it in a couple extra spots too. But you can just use your brush until you get it quite the way you want it to. Now I did get a little bit up on his beard. I don't want to see how workable that is, if I can get that off. I just need a fine tool to kind of mess with it a little bit. And I might take off some of the flocking with it, but that's okay. We're learning. We're just learning today. We can make mistakes. And that's on the foam that I'm scraping this one off. I'm just cleaning up those edges. So it's coming up just fine from the edges of the foam. Just take a little bit of work there. And that's just because I got glue happy. My glue went everywhere with my brush. So if you have a fine tip glue that you can use, that's not going to get spread everywhere, you could do that however you work best. Let that brush go. And that came up mostly from the beard. I would go back over and I'm not going to waste my time doing it on this one since I'm not keeping this one. This one's just a practice Santa. And we can shiny this up by going in circles over it just to get the little bits and crumbs off. And it'll actually make it a little bit shinier and look a little bit more like one piece of gold. I really like that. And then I'm going to use my breath and blow the extra crumbs away, being careful not to get that stuff in the middle of my desk. Blown away. All right, so I learned enough now, mistakes and all, this is not perfect, that I'm going to go ahead and go off screen so as not to waste your time making me, watching me do this all over again. And make one more. And I'll come back to you guys with a finished one. Does that look all right? I love it. I'll see you in a minute. All right, y'all. So I have one finished. Now, I worked on a couple others. There's a few things I learned. I got to finish this one. But first of all, I realized Santa's belt doesn't come down like that. That's supposed to be fuzzy. So I just kind of quit on this one. And we'll have to clean it up later. I kind of gave up. I had a big old chunk and it just wasn't working. I learned a lot on these, and that is what it's about. This one also kind of messy, and I did down here as well. I'll still use it probably, but I thought let's grab one more and see what I can do. So I did. I grabbed one more, and I think he turned out pretty cute. So I did have to put some extra glue on here because I missed some spots, and you can kind of see how it layered up. Not a fan of that, but it's not that bad either. So remembering that these are handmade cards, and there's going to be some imperfections, even on, you know, store-bought cards, there's imperfections. So that's okay. But I really like how it turned out. Something I learned, some takeaways for me, for myself. I'd rather just use gold paper for that instead of going to all that work, because it was a lot of work, and I'm not super happy with it. So maybe it might work better too if it was gilded before it was glued on here, so it wasn't quite so difficult. I don't know, but I think I'd rather just use gold paper. But the flocking was a lot of fun. It was different, that's for sure, and it just does have that really cool texture to it, you guys. It's worth it. It's worth a shot. I will be using that. I'm probably not going to buy all the colors. Probably not. I don't think I love it that much, but definitely for something just a little additional to my cards this year for Christmas, I think I'll be excited to use those. So I'm glad I gave it a shot, and I'm glad I tested it out for myself, and I'm glad I played with it, but it's not going to be something I add in bulk to my crafty stuff. So I think red and white will be good for the season. And then, you know, maybe I'll have another reason for more flocking later on in life. But for now, this flocking is fine. So thanks for sticking out with me. I hope you give it a try. I hope that you are having a wonderful, safe day. And, you know, join me next time. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.